It's okay to have the devil over for coffee every once in a while, but that doesn't mean he's allowed to spend the night. See, a lot of the times what people get wrong is that they're so afraid of doing the wrong things. They're so afraid of the devil. They're so afraid of evil that they run away from it. The devil comes knocking at the door and they go and hide in their closet. But you see, the devil can smell the fear. He can smell you. And so he knows he's got you. He'll just come back later, or he'll just stay there all day. The devil is very patient. But when you learn to face fear, when you can look the demons in the eyes without blinking, then you have become truly powerful. You see, it is not those who have no evil or who have no darkness that are the most virtuous. It is those who have great darkness and who know how to use it, who can wield it properly without it destroying themselves or destroying others. Because the power of darkness is a great and dangerous force, and most people don't know how to use it. And that is why so many people are neurotic. Think about religious people for a moment. Specifically the Abrahamic religions. Let's say Christianity and Islam. Now, I have nothing against religion. I have nothing against the Bible. In fact, I think they are very useful things and of great benefit. But it is undeniable that those who follow the Abrahamic religion are, for instance, the most sexually repressed people on the planet. Something about the teachings, something about the philosophy causes a neurosis in the people that follow them. I like to say the biggest crime in religion was the invention of the devil, because it gives people the opportunity to cast all of their darkness, all of their shadow, all of their ugliness. They can cast it and project it onto this imaginary image. You see, we all have ugly parts of ourselves that we don't want to look at. Nietzsche once said Nietzsche once said that, I don't even remember the quote, the strength of a person's spirit would then be measured by how much truth he could tolerate, or more precisely, to what extent he needs to have it diluted. All of those ugly parts that we can't bear to look at, they get shoved into our unconscious, into the darkness, into the shadow. But they don't go away, but they fester. They become diseased, like a type of animal that is stuck in a cave and evolves over thousands of years and becomes ugly and blind. So what happens is when you are unaware of your darkness, it doesn't go away. It's just the devil gets to pull your strings from behind the scenes, from outside of your awareness. And that makes you a much more dangerous person, because you commit acts that create suffering, but you don't realize that you're doing it. And then things happen in which you don't understand why they're happening. And that is why Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. When we are living in unconsciousness, in darkness, we do not understand the consequences of our actions, of the way that we are living. And because of a lot of religious conditioning, there is this drive to be perfect, to be so virtuous and moral. And oftentimes, we reject all of the parts of ourselves that aren't aligned with the identity of the person we believe ourselves to be. So on the surface, we appear to be moral and virtuous, but it is only a mask. But those who are truly virtuous and moral are able to look at the darkness and not be consumed by it and not be afraid of it. Because when the devil is right in front of you, you can see all of the games he is playing. But when the devil is behind you, you are completely unaware. That is why I say it is not wrong to have coffee with the devil. Because, as it is said, keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. And better yet, love your enemies. Because when you love your enemies, you destroy them. You no longer have any enemies, and so there is no devil to fight against or to go to war with. But that again is a consequence of a lot of religious conditioning. That we are this vulnerable human being trying to be so good and virtuous, and there is this big bad devil coming to get us and keep us off the path. Yes, it is true that this force of evil and darkness is real. It is true. But it is only true so long as you are stuck in illusion, in unconsciousness, in darkness. Because when you are living in darkness, that is the domain of evil. They say that Satan runs the world, or this plane of existence. But it is not exactly true. It is the way that we perceive the world that is an illusion. And so the forces of darkness only have power over us so long as we exist in their territory, so long as we exist in unconsciousness. And the moment you wake up to the truth, beyond good and evil, beyond dark and light, you learn to balance both these energies, and you rise to a higher truth. And you are no longer afraid of devils and demons, because you see through them. You see beyond their illusion. You no longer live in their world, and so they don't have any power over you. But so long as when the devil knocks at the door, you go run and hide, or if you open the door and you let the devil spend the night, meaning you excessively repress your darkness or excessively express your darkness, you will live in suffering. But when you walk the middle way, when you can open the door and face the devil, but have enough boundaries to say no, to not be used by darkness, but to use darkness as a source of strength, as a source of power, you become a true source of morality and virtue in the world.